A long day's journey into night comes to a perfect ending as South Carolina comes from behind to take down Northern Kentucky 6-5 in an opening day doubleheader sweep. Gamecocks are 2-0 on the year, and it ended with the most satisfying of conclusions as KJ Scobie sent a solo home run over the left field wall to give South Carolina a walk-off victory here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. But Scobie was the hero of the night for sure with the walk-off blast to win it. But there were a lot of moments earlier on in this game that really set up Scobie to be the hero by the end of the night. Most notably, Tyler Bach, Wofford transfer in just his second game with the Gamecocks, had just an absolutely monster night at the plate. Finished 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs, all of which came in the most pivotal of spots when South Carolina was trailing in both instances in the 7th and 8th innings. Bach came through with a pair of 2-run singles to give South Carolina the thump it needed after 6 innings of really just not being able to score in key opportunities. The Gamecocks going into the 7th before Bach's big hits were 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position, and runs were really hard to come by. And even when Bach got the first 2-run single to give South Carolina at what the time was a 3-2 lead, Parker Marlott gave it right back as Northern Kentucky scored 3 runs in the top of the 8th. But the Gamecocks, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th, got 3 runners on base via 2 walks and a hit by pitch to set Bach up to be at the time, once again, the hero to tie the game at 5 before Scobie ended the night with his walk-off home run. So, look, it's a great start to the season for South Carolina to be able to open the year with a doubleheader sweep, but more importantly than that, a come-from-behind victory. We all know how tough last year was for South Carolina. I actually just wrote a story about it yesterday, how much this team struggled to close out games in late innings. There were so many times last season where South Carolina did enough offensively, but it would be the pitching staff to give up the lead in the late innings. And that looked to be exactly the case in this game when Northern Kentucky came back to take a 5-3 lead in the 8th inning. But the difference in this game was just the way the offense was able to battle back. And even in the top of the 9th, Elijah Foster pitched a really big inning to send the game to the bottom of the 9th and give Scobie a chance to win it like he did. So the Gamecocks will go for a series sweep tomorrow afternoon on Saturday at 2 p.m. on SEC Network Plus. Brandon Stone will make his first start of the year on the mound. So once again, South Carolina comes from behind to win 6-5 over Northern Kentucky in an opening day doubleheader sweep here at Founders Park. For GamecockCentral.com, I'm Jack Veltri.